Hello, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome back to the Believe in Iowa State podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Carter.
And I'm your host, Cody Vanciolo.
Cody, it was an amazing time. Man, Iowa State ekes out another win. Uh, Kyle Conradi with a six or jeez 54-yard field goal in back-to-back years. Iowa State, the Cyhawk Trophy stays home, baby. Clones win 16-13, and we have a whole bunch to break down. But man, Cody, how you feeling, man?
I mean, this is just amazing. This is something that I had not seen ever since 2011. Obviously, I was 8 years old. Watching that triple overtime game was crazy, and it was hot as hell. So it was well worth it. But I mean, I think this was probably one of the few times that I actually got a little bit emotional because it's just finally being able to see my team, Iowa State, actually win against Iowa at our in our home stadium. Because I'd seen us win at Kinnick, which is great. But just being able to keep the title or keep the trophy in Ames, Iowa, and win in front of the home fans, it's something that just felt special and everything that went into it. Big new kickoff and having big new Saturday with Gus Johnson, Joel Platt on call. There's a lot that just went into the game, and I'm just so happy that Iowa State pulled out the win. And let's just say that the party just continued on.
Yeah, not only that, the Barstool people are here. I mean, just everybody was ranting and raving. Everybody that was here, they love Ames. So I just and that's does wonders, especially for Barstool. That's going to be having a partnership with the Big 12. I think this does wonders for them going to Big 12, different Big 12 campuses.
Yeah, and I mean, take a look at what they did for Iowa State. I mean, we got to see Dave Portnoy like Barca. He went to Jess Pizza. Like he does like
Hmm.
things about like uh, those pizza reviews, pizza shop reviews, and he gave Jess Pizza a pretty solid review, and it looked like really good service. And I always love a good Jess Pizza. And I think the thing is, you gotta have Jess Pizza when you're drunk and it's 2 a.m. coming out of the bars, because that's when it hits the best. Like it's obviously great to have it at like just regular, but when you're drunk at 2 a.m. After going out on Welch Avenue, drunk Jess Pizza hits different. And I'll say right now, my go-to is definitely anything new Buffalo Chicken. Buffalo Chicken Ranch is my number one go-to when it comes to Jess Pizza.
Definitely want to try that next time. And then I don't know if you also know, but he gave Superdog a review. Went and tried a Superdog and he gave it a 7.2, which is pretty high. I was impressed. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, that was pretty high for what I expected. But I mean, it shows just the great service that Jess Pizza does, and they're very great people, very great owners, and really nice to just enjoy, just enjoy a slice of Jess Pizza.
Definitely, man. And man, my thoughts on the game. I just man, what an atmosphere at the beginning of the game. I actually sat by one of my boys by chance. I was like, dude, what are the chances? So I was sitting by him. I basically lost my voice basically halfway through. I was still able to scream though at the end, and that's probably as loud as I've heard it after those back-to-back sacks. We're gonna go through those in our film session in our next segment. But man, it was so electric in there. Seeing Sweet Caroline doing the juicy wiggle after that field goal, electric, man. It's one of the best atmospheres I've been in Ames, and I'm glad to have been there to see our second our win in 14 years in Jack Trice. So with that being said, we're gonna take a look into some of the key plays. So we're going to take a look at that real quick. I'm going to share my screen as we do that. So I already have these certain plays marked, but we're going to take a look at this one real quick because this one, obviously, this was the only touchdown of the game for the Cyclones, but we're going to break down the Ben Bremer touchdown. So here we go.
All right.
Try to throw it to convert here on third. Third down and goal at the 2. Set. Inside. Touchdown, Cyclones. Benjamin Bramer.
Now, if y'all didn't know, Ben Bramer is 6'7", dude, and he literally mossed a dude that was 6'2". Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's an absolute mismatch for anybody that lines up against Ben Bramer. I think I made this joke to my friends before, but I basically call Ben Bramer white Calvin Johnson because of the height and just the
Hmm.
catch, like the ability to catch the football anywhere. That's just what Ben Bramer has. And I mean, on that play right there, you put it. It's a 6'2" linebacker going against a 6'7" tight end, and Jaden Harrell is the name of the linebacker that was trying to cover him. He had no chance of doing it. He just got lost in the sauce. And I mean, that was just a great touchdown for Iowa State, obviously. But I think before, like, this came off a Jeremiah Cooper interception where he just jumped the route of I think it was Wheatgen. Wheatgen had like slipped, and Jeremiah Cooper jumped Marker Nelson's pass to intercept the football, put Iowa State at the 18-yard line, and Iowa State was able to punch it in, which was kind of needed after our first couple like scoring drives ended up selling field goals instead of going for touchdowns. We were in great field position, so to really see us punch it into the end zone, this was huge.
Yeah, I mean, my foolish self thought that it was over after this. I'm like, man, we get this touchdown here, bro, it's over. Of course, my foolish self should have never came to that conclusion because you know that this game never. We talked about it in the previous show. This game never ever the expectations that you ever have, it never will live up to your expectations. It sometimes will surprise you. We talked about all these things, and that's what Cyhawk is. But man, yeah, this was a great play right here. We're gonna move on to the next play. Um, I know I was trying to find the interception, but I couldn't find it. But we're gonna take a look at later on in the game because in this game they were up 13-3, but Iowa on the next drive when they got the ball, they drove the ball all the way down, cut and they just kept converting third down into third down into third down, and they were able to get a score to make it to cut it to 13-10 a half.
Yeah, and let's say I was a little heated with the way the drive went because it in the stadium, like in real time, it just felt like that Iowa got gifted. I felt like they were gifted because there were a couple of plays where I mean you had like obviously the what was it, the third down or whatever, like
Yeah,
where we had the sack, but they called it defensive holding and an unnecessary roughness, and I could not tell you exactly where it was, so it kind of just ticked me. So yeah, but after that, I mean, Iowa gets another field goal. It's tied 13-13, and we go to the fourth quarter. In the last 6 minutes, oh yeah, go ahead and show this play as well because I think this is something that happened. So for context,
yeah.
Bo Goodwin got called for a pass interference for running into the receiver for Iowa. I don't remember who it was, but he ran into the receiver. They called it defensive pass interference. But, I mean, you can tell by this reaction right here. Whatever happened was not good.
And this the play before this, in context for this play was when the safety number 8 for Iowa State, it seemed like he was holding Brett Eskildson on that one
Yeah.
route, and
Yep.
this next play, Cody, was the talk of tailgates at the end of the game. So let's watch this footage right here.
Yep.
And it never came out. Third down and 4 at the 27. Rocco Beck, empty backfield. That one, 10. Cut! What a grab, Gabe Burkle.
Dog.
Yeah. Was that like your exact reaction to that happening?
I lost my mind.
Okay. How scared were you that that ball was going to be intercepted by
Dude,
Iowa?
I thought it was gonna be picked off for sure because every time I'm like, dude, we never get the ball. Dude, everybody in the stadium thought. And if you say that, oh, I knew he was gonna catch it, you're lying to yourself. I know
No.
you lying.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, that was ridiculous. I mean, Gabe Burkle does a great job of like getting it off the tip toe, but what's crazy is that ball was actually tipped twice. So Cyclone Football had actually posted a video showing an alternate angle of the pass. And well, at first we all thought it was just tipped straight up by Xavier Townsend, but it turned out that the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, which then caused the Xavier Townsend to have to reach, and he tipped it as well. So it was technically a double tipped football, and Gabe Burkle, with the awareness and his catch, like his abilities, able to grab the ball and bring it down even through contact.
Yeah, man. He had just you have to have the ultimate type of focus there, man. And he does. Like he is really becoming one of the top five most important players on this team, man. And then and this next play is just the genius of Taylor Mauser. So we're gonna watch this. We have two more clips, but this was definitely a one of the most important parts of the game right here. So tune in as we watch.
Taylor Mauser, the offensive coordinator, Matt Campbell, his decisions about fourth downs. You really only need about 10 yards right now to feel like you are in field goal range for that man on the sideline getting loose. Rowdy.
And the clock keeps moving. 4:37 and counting. 2nd and 9 at the 45. Becht puts it on the money.
Sorry about this. The correspondingly after this one.
So well. Gain 7. Sean Lee with the tackle.
Have you noticed this entire drive? We've been taking these shots of Rocco Becht. Look at the calm on his face, Gus. That's why everyone sleeps well at night. This is why his teammates say all we have to do is be close late, because this guy is at his best in the late moments. It's not that he has to make great plays all the time. It's that he's in control of himself and of the moment. 5-1 record in one-score games last season.
3rd down and 2 at the 48. Iowa needs a stop right here. Becht. Jump pass. Caught. And a 1st down game.
Dude.
This play, I mean, we've seen this be done quite a few times. This is the play that Taylor Mauser often goes to in these like short yard situations, but this one hits too because Gabe Burkle again makes a great play. And I think this drive was This drive was Gabe Burkle. Without Gabe Burkle on this drive, I don't think we go down. We get a chance to score points, and I don't know how how the rest of the game plays out the last 2 minutes, but. Yeah, Gabe Burkle's put on a great drive for us. And, I mean, there's always somebody that steps up when it comes to our games. Let's see, Kansas State, it was Brett Eskelson and Dom Ogilvie. They stepped up. South Dakota, it was all tight end feast. And then with this one, you still have the tight ends with Ben Bramer, and then Gabe Burkle late. So Gabe Burkle making huge plays, and it just shows the depth and the talent of this tight end room.
And not to mention, they pulled off the same play in Ireland on that drive where Rucker ran it in. They called a pop pass on like 3rd and 4. It was on 3rd and 4 on a crucial 3rd down where they needed to go. It was, man, it was beautiful to watch. And obviously, we got to talk about the game-winning play for them. We got to look at Karate and look at the beautiful field goal that he put in.
Fourth down and 7. This one will be from 54 yards out. Conradi. Clean snap, good hold. Good. The money man. Kyle Conradi. And Iowa State.
He has ice in his veins, Cody.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I think they tweeted, I think it was teed. Deja vu is just what you got to call this. You just got to call this deja vu. Because it's Kyle Conradi hitting a 54-yard field goal against Iowa to take the lead and ultimately win the game, and you kick it right into the band of the respective stadium. that's one thing I noticed like in this time watching it. Scout Karate last year, he kicked it right in front of the Iowa band. You saw their faces, and now you see him kicking in front of the Iowa State band. You see their faces. So that's another layer of repeating what happened. So yeah, Kyle Conradi, and I mean the trust is there with Campbell. If he can hit a 63-yarder like it's nothing, 54 is a chip shot essentially. I mean they even called him hitting 44-yarder field goals chip shots. So shows the trust in Kyle Conradi from Matt Campbell. Shows the trust between his teammates and just the overall trust that they have within the program. And that's the kind of thing you need to have a winning program, and that's just what we have here. Now we got to show like the defensive performance because I think throughout this game there were times in the second half where I was scared that Iowa was going to really score against us. It's like because they had the momentum after the Gronowski touchdown. I thought they might have a shot at really taking the lead, and I don't know if we would get a chance to respond. So this last defensive drive is great, and it's just the grittiness that our team has.
Yep, we're gonna take a look at some key plays. We're just gonna watch the last sequence of this, but we'll just watch the entire sequence. So bear with us. We're gonna watch this entire last defensive sequence. So
I
tune
think
in, everybody.
I think our audience will like it because it's why not?
Yeah, why not?
Wins 2 national championships at the FCS level at the South Dakota State with the Jackrabbits, and now it's going to be an empty backfield, no one back there with them, and on number 11 to deliver these short, quick routes, in particular on the outside.
First down at 10 of the 24. Gronowski underneath, caught. Vanami with the grab, a gain of 6.
You can only do that so many times because of all the time that you waste if you don't get a first down or don't go out of bounds.
One timeout left for Iowa. Gronowski in trouble and goes down. McDonough, timeout Hawkeyes.
Boy, this pass rush was nowhere to be found the entire day. And it shows up at the right time for the Cyclones.
A loss of 7. 1:23 to go. Brings up third down and 11.
Get it. These Iowa receivers have just found no space. The passing game has done very little. They've only thrown the ball for 83 yards. Everything has been short or off of play action. This is not where they're comfortable.
And listen to the sound of this crowd. They can feel it. 1:23 away. Over 61,000. Second largest stadium in the Big 12. Third and 11. At the 23. Gronowski. Again, he's sacked. McDonough. Back to back. A loss of 5. That brings up fourth down and long. They need 16. Gronowski bounces, steps back. He's got to let it fly. Gronowski rolls, delivers. Incomplete.
Like the TV broadcast doesn't really do it justice, Cody, but it was loud.
It was very loud. I mean, the guys next to me. I mean, we were low key stressed because like this whole game. This is what like I don't know why. It doesn't matter how I feel. Like I'm always stressed. Like this is just what Cyhawk does to me every year. It puts me like it puts my health at risk. And I make and I've said this. I feel like every Iowa State student should be able to have their health care somewhat covered by the university for putting me through every single Saturday. But I wouldn't have it any other way. And I mean, Alex Duke can actually made it like his tweet about that third down play where talks about like the way John Haycock's defense performed. I mean, basically said one down lineman at the snap and 4 or 5 guys looking like they're coming, but only 3 rushing. And he had 1 drop as a spy, and then that spy, and I believe that's Caleb Bacon, stalls Mark Ganowski. It forced him to bail right into Tomatoa McDonough. So this drive was definitely a defensive masterclass by John Haycock and Tomatoa McDonough making great plays in like those back-to-back sacks.
And like here's the thing. We may complain about them not getting a pass rush, but man, I will say, man, these sacks those sacks came at the most opportune times, man. And look, if we just get timely sacks at the end of the game to end the game to win the game, I am okay with that. Now obviously we did see them dial up some blitzes, which I did like. So they can only grow from this. And one thing and also we got to talk about this team. This team, as the young kids would say, as kids in your generation would say, have aura. Like, bruh, Metro Boomin was in the locker room. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, wait a minute, young Metro. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude, no, that was crazy. I couldn't really be on like my phone because like my service was not great. But yeah, I looked to see the locker room video, and yeah, Metro Boomin just casually showed up. So I'm like, I don't know exactly how and why he got there, but hey, I'll take it. It's cool that
So
Iowa had like Travis Scott at their thing, whatever, and Snoop Dogg. That's cool. I'll take Metro Boomin, bro. I prefer him over Travis, and I mean, Mitchell was actually wearing our stuff, and Travis Scott wasn't wearing Iowa gear. So it's like, okay, whatever. It's one thing for a celebrity to show up at your thing, but it's another thing to actually repping your school, repping your university.
Well, apparently, for one of my Twitter fans, they were saying that he is family with one of the coaches on the team, so that's why he was in the locker room. So I'm like, hey, I'll take it.
Fair enough. And it's really cool. The video was so cool. And I'm like, yeah, that thing had motion. Yeah, we have motion going on right now. And I think right now, Iowa State's the cooler program. Like we got things going
Hmm.
right now. Iowa had their run for like what 20 years over us, and I think it's things are starting to turn around a little bit here, and it's starting to be in favor of the Iowa State Cycles because even in Eastern Iowa, guys like Kyle Conradi, Darian Porter, and a few other guys that are from that Eastern Iowa area are repping Iowa State, and they're famous as well.
Yeah, and I mean, dare we say that the tide is turning? And then you gotta love Rocco as our quarterback because Cody, we are a combined, I believe, what 5-1 or 6-1 against K State and Iowa. So like the vibes are immaculate right now.
Oh yeah. And I mean, you have a guy that's like able to like. That's the thing. You have a playmaker that can win these kinds of games, and that's what I think Iowa State's been missing for a long time. So now you got it with Rocco Beck, and you got a great leader in Rocco. So really nice to see. And I mean, we know obviously, and I like even being 3-0, they still take it one game at a time. That's just what you need. And I think this opens up Iowa State to really be the favorite of the Big 12 because boy oh boy, everything around the Big 12 and around the country has really opened the door for Iowa State to win the Big 12.
Hey, yeah, it's right there. The teams that we thought weren't no, that we thought were going to be good weren't good. So hey, why not? Why not Iowa State?
Yeah,
All right, I'll go ahead. Want to talk about it?
no, I was just like, yeah, I think it's long overdue, and I think we have a team that can do it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, now let's take a look across the Big 12 and national slate. If you are a person that is all Big 12, you probably didn't like this because uh, overall as a conference, the Big 12, it was a really, really bad week for them.
Yeah, not good at all. Not good.
Oh boy, look at this. Look at this score, bro.
All right. Well, I
I
mean, obviously,
mean,
I'd say yeah, the 11 a.m. window was actually great because I believe Baylor SMU played around the same time, and I mean Baylor got responded from losing to Auburn in their home stadium by getting an overtime win over SMU, who was a team that was in the college football playoff last year. So, great response for Baylor, double overtime, and I think Baylor have given themselves a shot to still be among the contenders for the Big 12 with this win over SMU in Dallas.
yeah, it's a huge win in double overtime. Um, Baylor's going to be an interesting team. They can score with the best of them, but they cannot stop anybody. So they're going to be an interesting watch for the rest of the year.
All right. Do we want to start with talking about Oklahoma State?
Yes, we got to.
Oh God, this was bad. This
Yeah.
was bad. It's one thing for you to lose by a wide margin. It's another thing to give up almost 70.
Man. I don't even I'm speechless, bro, because like it all started it really all started, man, with uh Mike Gundy saying stuff to the media about about Oklahoma State not having enough money to compete and saying that they should play teams on equal footing. And then Dan Lanning just said, and I took that personal.
Yeah, basically, and I mean with Dan Lanning, it's like, yeah, just yeah, he took that personally. I mean, this is a quote from his press conference after the game. He said, "I told our team right before the game it never requires extra motivation for an opportunity to go out and kick some ass, but it never hurts when someone pours gasoline on the fire." So yeah, that's how you knew he took that personal.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's non-con, but this is this is not good for Oklahoma State. It doesn't look like they're going in the right direction. And I mean, who knows what this could do for their psyche? I mean, they play Tulsa next week, but man, coming off a 66-point loss, ooh baby, I don't know.
hmm Yeah, it's not good. But you want to know what else isn't good? You are reigning defending Big 12 champion going down to Mississippi State. This thing pisses me off because it's the perception now is the fact that our champion, our reigning defending Big 12 champion, who's supposed to be the number one team, lost to who was perceived as a bottom feeder in the SEC, and that's we're never going to beat the allegations. We're never going to beat the allegations of being a G5 conference.
And not to mention, this was the worst. This was the worst team in the conference last year, Mississippi State. So yeah, this is embarrassing. I find the play call for for Kenny Dillingham to not go for a touchdown instead of kicking field goal at the 1 yard line. Like what?
And you wonder
Like
what
they
else? Yeah. And you wonder what else? He called a zero blitz on it was like a fourth down, and that led to an eventual touchdown for Mississippi State. It was deja vu of what happened in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl last year when they played against Texas. Had a fourth down at 13, and all I had to do was not like to stop him, one stop, and he would have gone on to the semifinals to play Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. And they blew it because they played a zero blitz, and the receiver got right behind the defense. Oh man.
yeah, they gotta stop calling
Love you, Kenny Dillingham,
that zero
but please
blitz.
stop
So
doing
yeah,
that.
Arizona State was a perceived favorite. Yeah, stop
And
doing
Miss,
that,
yeah,
please.
and then Mississippi State proceeded to storm the field, take the goalpost down. They actually, Mississippi State actually prepared it because they had already taken out all the hinges and stuff to allow for ease of like taking the goalpost.
Hmm.
And the SEC fined Mississippi State, but I think they'll take it.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over a few of these other ones, but another one I want to look at is man, Kansas. chokes away a golden opportunity. They were up in the border war 21-6 after the first quarter, but Mizzou goes on a 36-10 run, and they beat KU at home 42-31.
Man, oh man, the border war. I know they call it the border showdown, but I still call it the border war. That's what it was to me as a kid, so I'm still calling it the border war. But yeah, Kansas, you had a prime opportunity to get a marquee win over an SEC school, and that's kind of what we needed. We need those, and you had the opportunity, but you just couldn't put it away. I mean, shout out to Bo Previla, though. He was balling. I mean, you look at
Yeah, it
that stat
was.
list. What was that? 20 for 29. Was it?
30 of 39.
Okay. Was that 300 some passing, 330
Yeah,
passing yards?
334 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those you just want back, and I mean, disappointing. If you're a Kansas fan, obviously Big 12 fan, because that's like, oh, you went 0-2 against SEC schools as of right now. So, yeah, I mean, and then take a look at some of the other like games that were too significant. Colorado taking care of Delaware, Cincinnati taking care of Bowling Green, but Ohio once again being the bane of existence for the Big 12. I mean, we've experienced it, and now they just did it to West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, West Virginia, it's going to be a long year for them. I mean, they have that, and then, I mean, this was the ultimate letdown game because right next week you have the backyard brawl, so it
That
sort
is
of dampers that. So I don't know.
Yeah, that backyard brawl is going to just be nasty. I always know it's one of the nastiest games I've seen in terms of hatred. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to feel about the backyard brawl. But, oh, God, things go from
Oh
bad to worse
no,
if you're the Kansas State Wildcats.
man, they are down bad right now, bro.
They honestly,
Army
yeah, go ahead.
Army wins 24-21. What is up with K State, Cody?
I don't know. They're 1-2, but they really should be 0-3.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's them feeling the hangover from Ireland, because that certainly wasn't really Iowa State. We're feeling fine with it, but Kansas State's certainly feeling it, man. I mean, you nearly lose to North Dakota at home, and then you have a home game against Army, and you drop that one. And I mean, one thing to note, it was special teams that really cost them, because Kansas State had been known to be one of the better teams when it came to special teams. But man, that kickoff that turned into an onside kick because it bounced off a Kansas State player right into the hands of Army for them to essentially win the game off the field goal.
Man,
That is something you cannot let slide if you reach special teams. That's crazy. For the longest time, Iowa State had been one of those teams that was really, really bad at special teams. But now we have a pretty good one. And it's the opposite for Kansas State right now.
that's what they used to be able to count on, but not anymore. And I mean, they have another non-con game on Friday night against Arizona. Man, it could be dire straits if they lose that game, bro.
Yeah, and actually, I think I saw that Arizona is a favorite by 1.5. I think I heard on Williams Bloom yesterday, but they talked that
Man.
Arizona is the favorite for that.
Oh boy, yeah. That their fan base is not taking it well, man. It is ugly in Manhattan.
Yeah, and then we got, I mean, Houston taking care of Rice, just running away with it. Connor Wakeman with a pretty nice day, and I mean Connors with a nice day as well. 132 yards for 2 TDs. So Houston's starting to feel a little bit of a run. We'll have to see how they do on Friday when they play against Colorado, but things are looking pretty good for Willie Fritz and company. UCF, after what was a very awkward, weird, too close a comfort game against was it Jacksonville State? They take care of business, 68-7. And then and then let's see what else we got here. Arizona taking care of Weber State 40-3. BYU winning 27-3. And then I think there were a couple that I just want to briefly touch on. Texas Tech and Utah. I mean, it's clear that the three best teams in the Big 12 right now are Utah, Texas Tech, and Iowa State.
And Texas Tech and Utah play each other in a few weeks.
And Iowa State doesn't play either Texas Tech or Utah, so that's crazy.
Look, Cody, all we have to do is just keep on winning And basically, if we have the season like I think we will, basically we await whoever comes out of that in the title game. So
Yeah. I mean, look the way we look right now. I think we could at least go 11-1. If we win all the games we're supposed to, we could be 11-1.
I mean, let's talk about that real quick. I mean, I honestly think Cody. I think we can. I think I can see ourselves making another 7-0 start. Like honestly,
Maybe not 7-0, 8-0.
yeah, 8-0
Before
going into
Arizona State. It could be. I mean, I saw a tweet saying that Iowa State could be 8-0, top 5 before we hit November 1st, and that would be the game against Arizona State. So what that could be a crazy world to live in. Imagine Iowa State starting out 8-0.
crazy. We thought it was crazy that they were 7-0. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, all right. We're gonna look at the national slate. Uh, Julian Sand has a really good game. Sets a record
Yes.
for consecutive completions, 17 in a row. But yeah, Ohio State wins 70-0 over Grambling.
All right, we got to shout out Grambling State for their band. I mean, marching band, dude. The Grambling State marching band was fun. I saw a video of them doing their rendition of "Neck." I don't know why. I just love when teams can do "Neck." It's great. So shout out to the Grambling State marching band. They are doing great things.
Yeah, we need to have an HBCU at Iowa State. I'm vouching for that.
That would be interesting to see.
I want that, man. Penn State, they shut out Florida International. Apparently, though, it was not good enough for Penn State fans because they feel like the offense has not looked good at all. And LSU also struggles at home against Louisiana Tech, although they win 23-7.
Yeah, and Georgia, 28-6. Not exactly what you want. Because I think Georgia was 45-point favorites, and you only won by 22. So not
Right.
exactly great. I mean, Gunnar Stockton won 227 yards in the passing TD, so really run game. Yeah, just some not as great of performances, but I mean, yeah. Miami wins 45-3 off the heels of winning against Notre Dame, so they took care of business. Texas responds with a 38-7 win over San Jose State. Arch Manning with 4 total touchdowns, and Clemson. Oh boy, Clemson. You do not. Oh no, man.
How are they still ranked? Like,
How are they? How are they even? Oh god, I don't know. I was amazed they were even number 8. Like, wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me find the latest they pull. Cause is this what the latest rankings, or is this like
no,
rankings
these
they
are
gave
the
the game?
heading into the game. They've moved down to number 12 in the AP.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're still ahead of us.
Oh god, that is embarrassing. They're like, you go down 16-3 at one point at halftime, I believe, against Troy, and you only win by 11. No. No. That was awful.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Yeah. South Carolina. I mean, they had a big third quarter, took care of business, and I think South Carolina's not looking too bad.
They're rounding into form. I believe SEC play starts for them. I think next week. I had to look, but I'd say the most impressive performance of the day, Illinois, with a huge second half, outscoring Duke 31-6, runs away 45-19 in Durham.
Yeah, I mean, Duke definitely looking for the upset at home, and they actually looked like they could do it. I mean, it was right there, 1 point. Like, it was a 1 point deficit at halftime. But yeah, Illinois ultimately pulled away. It shows that they are a contender in the Big Ten. South Florida, shout out to Alex Golesh, the former Cyclone coach, with a massive win in the swamp over, your Florida Gators. And boy, oh boy, people are calling for Billy Napier's head.
Dude, I talked to my dad. I was like, he's not gonna survive. Like, this hellacious 4-game stretch coming up. I'm gonna tell you this: at LSU, at Miami, bye week, Texas at home, at Texas A&M.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh
goodbye,
boy.
goodbye.
Okay, Tyler. Do we want to? Okay, should we just do this now? What game do we say will be the game that Billy Napier gets fired after?
Probably the Texas game.
Texas. Okay, I mean it's gonna come down to how they perform. I'm looking here. Oh God, I just look at the calendar. Boy, oh boy, Texas. Yeah. Unless they get ass blasted by LSU and Miami, I don't know how that's gonna
I look the way they're looking now. I could see it.
go. And when you have to early put on like oh, we're committed to this guy, it's bad. It's bad. So I saw
Yeah.
that statement from the athletic department. Not good. All right. Florida State, after winning against Alabama convincingly, takes care of East Texas A&M 77-3, and Michigan, Oklahoma in a battle of early Heisman hopefuls. John Mateer wins the battle over Bryce Underwood as the Oklahoma Sooners take down Michigan 24-13. And I mean, Oklahoma, maybe they've been revived after what was a very disappointing first year in the SEC.
Yeah, I mean they have a breath of life. I mean they have a pretty good schedule, and it's all setting up for the early matchup in October in 4 weeks in Dallas when they face off against Texas. Who knows? That could be a top 15 matchup. By that time?
Another top 15 Red River shootout. Let me look at that date, October 11th. Okay, I could definitely tune into this game because I don't know. Depends on what time Colorado kicks off. So I mean, hey, if it kicks off at like what 6 our time, that could be a great Red River shootout to watch before our game against Colorado.
Yeah, so that game is at 2:30 now. Now it's in the SEC, not 11 a.m. All right. Yeah. A&M beats Utah State. They double them up 44-22. Marcel Reed did come out with an injury, but it looks like he's going to be okay. And Ole Miss goes on the road to Lexington and gets a big win over Kentucky.
They kind of survived this up. They survived Kentucky because Kentucky didn't beat Ole Miss and Oxford, and it was looking kind of like Kentucky was right there, and you knew because I think that Kentucky beating Ole Miss was Kentucky's only win in the SEC. So I think it was pretty reassuring for Ole Miss that they didn't fall into that trap again. And yeah, 2-0 to start the year, 1-0 in the SEC. And I don't know about Ole Miss, but I mean, do you think they could potentially play a factor in the SEC race?
We'll see. They had we have to look. I had to look at their schedule, but yeah, they possibly could. Uh, Bama rebounds 73-0 over UA or UL Monroe. They have Wisconsin coming in next week, so that should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're Alabama, I don't know. How do you feel if you were an Alabama fan seeing this performance?
I think they're gonna. I mean, they probably were like, well, this is what we expected, but I still think they're mad over that week 1 performance against Florida State. So we'll have to see
Yeah.
how this develops.
Yep. Uh, Tennessee taking care of business against East Tennessee State, winning 72-17. Joey Aguilar is looking really good for the Volunteers. He's fitting into the system really well.
This offense is rolling. So watch out for Tennessee. They're going to be a wagon.
Yeah. Indiana taking care of Kennesaw State, 56-9. Nothing to write about. Mendoza, though, 4 total touchdowns on the day, so pretty solid day for him.
Yeah, Indiana's rolling, and they have a matchup that looms large in 2 weeks when the conference play opens for them when they play Illinois, and that's probably going to be a undefeated matchup, 3-0, a battle of 2 3-0 teams. That game day is probably going to be in Bloomington for that.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, Oh wait, I think did you see what they announced for College Game Day this week?
What is it? Tennessee, Georgia?
Yeah, it is announced that Knoxville will be hosting College Game Day for the Georgia Tennessee matchup. And boy, oh boy, I mean, let's see. Do we want to like talk about like some things we could be seeing in Week 3?
Yeah,
There are
let's
some,
take a look at that real quick.
yeah, at least
Obviously,
for the
we
top
usually do that in
25.
a Tuesday show, but
Yeah, but at least for the top 25, I want to take a look at some stuff that. I think there were some matches that we like chose.
oh yeah, let me go to week 3.
Yep.
1 second.
All right, so first off, Friday, September 12th, we have number 22 Indiana hosting Indiana State. Don't see it lined to that one, but I would guess that Indiana would be at least a 3-possession favorite. 4 possession probably. Iowa State traveling to Jonesboro to take on the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Iowa State minus 20.5. So I'm thinking here for Iowa State, just take care of business. Obviously, 2 emotional rivalry wins, but you got business to take care of. So I think Jonesboro is going to be very interesting. That's going to be a very interesting place because I've heard good things about people traveling
Look
down
at
there and
the
having a good time.
look at the temperature, 99 degrees at kickoff. Good lord.
Oh boy. I mean, I knew Iowa State could play in hot ass temperatures, but that is not... Wait. This. Oh no, this is reminding me of when we remember when Iowa State had to go down to Waco to play Baylor, and they couldn't have like. Oh god, please don't tell me it's gonna be like that again. I don't want it to, but. Oh god. Whatever.
And
Oregon.
then
Oregon opening conference play against Northwestern. Oregon should take care of them. Clemson traveling to Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech got
ooh. Watch
huge
out for
opportunity.
this one.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Clemson's looking a little weary.
Yeah, they're looking a little weary, and then Oklahoma is heading to Philly to play undefeated Temple. So this one, hey, maybe this one could have some interest in this one. Temple is 2-0, so watch out for that one.
Already mentioned Wisconsin, Alabama. Realistically, Alabama should take care of business. I mean, Wisconsin does not scare me at all.
Same.
All right, Michigan taking on Central Michigan. Auburn taking on South Alabama. Penn State taking on Villanova. And then at 2:30, Georgia, Tennessee.
This is gonna be the game of the day. Georgia Tennessee has had some classic matchups over the last few years. A classic SEC East matchup. So I can't wait to watch that one.
Yep. Texas Tech hosting Oregon State. This should just honestly, Texas Tech should just wipe the floor with Oregon State.
If you're a top team, you should.
Yep. The Raging Cajuns traveling to number 25 Missouri. UTEP taking on number 7 Texas, and then we've got Alex Golesh traveling to Miami for the South Florida Bowl to take on the Hurricanes. I'm excited about this.
And this is on the dude. It's on the CW too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Cody, can South Florida do it again?
Please, it would be so funny for them to take that. Oh, I know, obviously but that's the ultimate hate to watch right there for you. You get to cheer on a former Cyclone taking down Miami. I know they took down your Florida Gators, but man, wouldn't it be fun for the South Florida Bulls to take down the Hurricanes?
Oh yeah, I would love that.
Yep. 6 p.m. on Peacock. You got the Ohio Bobcats traveling to the Shoe to take on the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes. Western Michigan traveling to number 9 Illinois. Let's see. All right, we got the Arkansas Razorbacks traveling to Oxford to take on Ole Miss at 6 p.m. And at 6:30,
Interesting.
Yep. Then 6:30 on ABC, Florida travels to the real Death Valley, as we discovered in Week 1, against the number 3 LSU Tigers.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Florida's psyche is going to be after after a tough loss to USF. They start their hellacious 4 game stretch. So we'll
Hmm.
see how Florida responds.
Ooh, we got a
Ooh,
6:30 on NBC / Peacock. Number 16 Texas A&M taking on number 8 Notre Dame.
oh wow! I didn't know that this game was this week. Okay,
Hmm. Yeah. Uh, you got Vanderbilt traveling to the cockpit to take on the Gamecocks in South Carolina. Shane Beamer. Um, I'm just excited. I don't know what it is this year. I'm definitely tuning into more South Carolina football.
they're a fun watch, man.
Yep. And then at 7 p.m., CBS Sports Network, number 20 Utah will travel to Wyoming to take on the Cowboys.
Man, yeah, that is week. That's the week 3 for you right there. Um, Yeah, man, it's gonna be. We are in the depth of football season. Um, yeah, man. So before we go, we are going to. Uh, we want to give a thank you to FanDuel for being a sponsor of the Believe in Iowa State podcast. So, as always, as we do, I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna take a look at what they're offering. Obviously, if you know the NFL has started, and we have Monday night game, NFC North matchup between the Vikings and Bears. Let's look and see what they have.
Ooh. I wonder, who do you have for that?
Who do I have for winning?
Yeah. Who do you have? Like, what are you looking for most to in that Minnesota Chicago matchup?
So I want to see how Caleb Williams has will look in his this is the first start of his second year. And then JJ McCarthy. Let's see how he looks. They moved on from Sam Darnold. They didn't want to pay him. Um, but that's what I'm looking for. It's going to be interesting to see how the Bears look. Bears have gotten a lot of hype this offseason, so we'll see what happens. But this is the same game parlay from the podcast Bussin' with the Boys. Um, so here is what you can win if you bet $10. So if you bet the alternate spread for the Vikings, bet the under, and then Colson Loveland for 30 plus yards and Justin Jefferson for 80 yards, you can win $144 with a $10 wager.
Hmm. And I mean, yeah, not just the NFL. Obviously, the NFL is back in full swing. So yeah, a lot more to look forward to. But I think yeah, we just want to take FanDuel and hopefully my conversation parlay can still happen because boy, oh boy, oh god, it's a start, but we'll see what happens. We ball.
Yep, F it, we ball. We're going to get the promotions. Here are the promotions right now. If you bet five, you get $300 if you win. Uh, yeah, there's an NFL bet protection. So this a program that protects bettors if a pre-life prop wager is impacted and a player exits the game in the first quarter and does not return. So if they have an injury, you'll get your money back. There is a no sweat bet for a no sweat token. So basically, that you can use that anytime versus the Bears and Vikings game. So if you lose, you can get your money back. There's also a $2 million touchdown jackpot to place an anytime TD wager on the game. So it says if your player scores the first or last TD, you get to share the $2 million in bonus bets. 1 million for the first TD and 1 million for the last TD. A few other ones. There's an NFL profit boost for Bears Vikings, and then a face-off freebie week. $1 entry for that for the FanDuel tournament. So if you know ball with FanDuel, go and make money. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Believe in Iowa State podcast. Do you have any closing thoughts?
No, not at all. I mean, it's honestly, I'm still thinking about like us, like with Iowa State. So I mean, yeah, it's a Cyclone State. I feel great. It's going to remain a Cyclone State, and yeah, let's. The next step is continue to win and get that Big 12 title.
Yes, sir. Working for that Big 12 title. Um, and with that, we are going to conclude today's episode of the Believe in Iowa State podcast. Um, find us on Twitter, where we're mostly active. Find me at Sci Guy. Find Cody at Fomac Campbell. Find us on our 6 forms of social media: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. So for Tyler Carter,
And for Cody Vancillo,
this is the Believe in Iowa State podcast. Roll clones, baby.
the end of the day, it's a Cyclone State. Shout out George Niang.
Yes, sir.